ambitious professionals, it's Linda Rayner of lindarayner.com, guiding you to a career and life you'll truly enjoy. And in today's video, I am going to share with you my 5 tips on how to communicate with ease in your next interview so that you can communicate with confidence, and hopefully that will help you to land your next job offer. Ready to get the job you want? Top-notch interview is coming soon. For more info and free training, head to jointni.com. Now, as a career strategist, I've had the honor of being able to help numerous professionals land their dream job offers. And so if this is something that you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I can give you details about that at the end of this video. Recently, I talked about the topic of how to feel comfortable in an interview and the mindset change that you needed to make in order to accomplish that. And if you haven't seen that video, then just simply click on the link in the description box below and you'll be led to that video. Now, when it comes to communicating with ease, this concept goes hand in hand with the topic of feeling comfortable in an interview. In order to do well in an interview, you need to be able to communicate in a clear and confident way. And so here are my 5 tips on how to communicate with ease in your next interview. Tip number 1. Know what the employer is looking for before you even go into the interview. Knowing what the employer is looking for will help you in your communication because the two of you and the employer, will be speaking the same language. You'll be able to put the employer at ease because you're at ease because you fully understand what they are looking for from this position, from the potential employee that they're going to hire. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well, how do I know what the employer is looking for if they haven't even told me what they're looking for yet? Well, I can tell you that you definitely can learn and figure out exactly what the employer is looking for, if not everything, at least the majority of it, by simply reading in between the lines of the job description. So you have to know how to read a job description properly, and then also know how to do research on a company. Learning how to properly read a job description is a key skill that you as a job candidate needs to have. In order to be able to land a job offer that you're going to be happy with, you need to understand, why is the position open? What are they looking for from this role? What is the goal of this position? And what type of individual do they want? Now, I'm not going to spend the rest of this video talking about how to read a job description. I actually have resources for you to be able to learn that. So you can check out my free webinar. It's my resume mastery workshop. The link is in the description box down below. Click on that, sign up for a time, and you can watch the webinar and learn how to read a job description. Otherwise, you can just simply take my top-notch resume course, which has been proven time and time again to work successfully for other job candidates, other ambitious professionals like yourself who have successfully used this approach and landed their dream job offers. The links are down below. Tip number 2. Have a treasure chest of stories ready to be picked. To be able to communicate with ease, you need to have a treasure chest full, metaphorically speaking, not physically, but a treasure chest full of relevant stories that you are going to bring up in the interview. And these are based on experiences, achievements, projects, tasks, duties, assignments that you have performed in the past that relate to the position that you're interviewing for, and you have to be able to demonstrate what the results were and how you can do it again for them in this role. I've talked about storytelling in other episodes, so feel free to click on my channel to look for those ones, but essentially you want to make sure that your stories follow the right structure, just like in a good movie. You want to set up the situation, talk about the action steps, and talk about the results that occurred. Tip number 3 is to cut your explanations down. One way to communicate with ease in an interview is to make sure that you don't allow yourself to ramble in the interview. Whenever you're giving an explanation or telling a story, you want to limit the number of sentences that you speak and be mindful and make sure that you get to the point quickly and efficiently. Otherwise, the interviewer may start zoning out and thinking about what they have to get for dinner tonight. Tip number 4, show that you want to help. When you're not at ease or you're nervous in an interview, it's likely because you are overanalyzing yourself. You are overly criticizing yourself, and you are thinking about what the other person is thinking about you rather than thinking about how can I help him or her, the person that's sitting across the table from me, how can I offer them value? What can I do or say to showcase to them that I have the right skills, qualifications, experience, and knowledge to be able to help them with their open pain point, their open position that they have available, the pain points that they're dealing with, and the problems that they need to resolve. So when you can shift your focus away from yourself and onto the other person, it'll help you to be able to communicate with ease. You'll be able to tell your stories in a more articulate way, and it helps you to be able to demonstrate to the employer your value, what you can do for them. And finally, tip number 5 is to practice in the mirror. Back in the day, in a past life when I had to go on job interviews, this is exactly what I used to do. It's such a classic and effective technique, yet I don't understand why not too many people do it. Practicing in front of the mirror helps you to put things in perspective, that you're actually talking to another face. I mean, in this case, it happens to be your own, but you're able to control the things that you say while you're talking. So you're giving yourself eye contact, and that helps you to mimic the environment of when you do go into the interview, what you need to do when it comes to giving the right eye contact, telling your stories in a compelling way, and you're able to hear yourself out loud as well. So practicing in the mirror is such an effective technique. I highly recommend it. Definitely practice your answers ahead of time in the mirror before you go into any interview. So there you have it. Those are my 5 tips on how to communicate with ease in the interview. Now, if you're someone who has been going on job interviews, you've been applying for positions, you haven't been getting many results, and you realize that you need one-on-one professional help from me, then feel free to reach out to my website, lindarainer.com/standoutgethired. Fill in the application form, and from there, if it seems that you and I are a potential match to working together, then one of my team members will be reaching out to you directly. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Ready to get the job you want? Top-notch interview is coming soon. For more info and free training, head to jointni.com.